Taurus, welcome to Majesticas Tarot. How are y'all doing today? Hope y'all are starting off on a fantastic Monday. So these messages will be the 13th through the 17th. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Not every Taurus is doing the same thing. This will be for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. Now, if it does resonate, please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Time is fluid and roles can be reversed. This will be the 13th through the 17th. Let's get started. Spirit guides, ancestors, what's going on with Taurus the 13th through the 17th? Wow. Okay, Taurus. You got a little bit of sassy, flirty energy here. You're very confident. Very confident here. I feel like you're like a go-getter. You could possibly like to dance. Oh. There's something you want to move towards, but you possibly don't want to move towards it the way you've always been going towards it here. It seems like you're rejecting something. You're rejecting an energy that you feel is lost, a little naive, insecure. Bottom of the deck is the Devil. So you or somebody else could possibly, I'm getting an obsession energy here. It's kind of like you want to go towards something, you want to communicate with somebody, but nothing ever changes once you do. That's why you're kind of like, well, I don't want it. But you do. You could be dealing with a Scorpio or a Capricorn. Spirit, tell me about this other energy of Tauruses. What is the other energy of Taurus? Oh, or the Hermit. This is a Virgo. Could be dealing with a Virgo. Oh, so this person has kind of came out of isolation here. It looks like they've kind of worked on themselves. We have the Wheel of Fortune here. They want change. They want good change. They don't want to repeat cycles. Tell me more. Possibly the reason why they got help or they didn't, want to repeat cycles is because they became unstable. They could have lost some money. They could have lost longevity. They could have lost it with you. Yeah, they want to take one last stand with you. They feel that y'all can possibly do better now because they have went, maybe they got some therapy or they want change in this situation. They're tired of it being unstable. They're tired of them feeling they lose everything. Every single time you guys possibly break up. This could be a same-sex connection. Doesn't have to be. Bottom of the deck is the Nine of Swords in reverse. They've gotten help to help repair the emotional stability that they had been going through. So let's clarify. That's pretty good. That's good energy. And let me tell you, I'm sure you've heard this from other readers, but geez, sometimes it takes a lot to get a good reading. Oh yeah, not that one. Let's do this one. Spirit guides, ancestors, please help me clarify Taurus's energy with the Queen of Wands and the Page of Cups. Because you're very attractive, Taurus, and it shows. Yeah, you were making you were working with somebody here, but then you chose not to anymore and you moved on from it. You possibly didn't feel like it was aligned with you. It didn't work for you. Could be dealing with a Gemini or a Cancer. Tell me about the Death in the reverse and the Eight of Wands. I'm hearing you want to make a change yourself. And you want to do it fast. We have the Hermit and we have Temperance in the reverse, both in the reverse. You could be dealing with a Virgo or a Sagittarius. Could be in your chart. Yeah, you chose to isolate yourself here because you felt that you were just, you didn't feel like you were all together. You were crying and you had a lot of anxiety and you just weren't feeling yourself here. And you were in fight or flight mode. Constant fight or flight mode here. So you took what you needed to do as fast as you could because over here wasn't working out. And you're like, I got to do something and I got to do something fast. I cannot keep doing this because you're completely out of character with not just yourself, but with everyone else involved. Tell me about the Four of Cups and the Empress in the reverse. You know, Taurus, I feel like you needed to go back to basics to kind of figure out how to love. Maybe you're looking at yourself like, well, maybe I don't know how to love the way I should love. You know, like you look at your love language. You definitely want a new opportunity here. You know, you're just kind of thinking maybe I was the one that was disruptive. Maybe I was the one that was reckless, you know. But as you go and you look, I think you're seeing that this person might have been a little bit more reckless than you were. And they were either you or them were putting energy towards the wrong thing. There could have been a possible third party here. And that's why you were like, you know, it's got to go. And I have nothing else to say to you anymore. This could be the mother of their child. Or these people have kids together. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups. This is somebody that you loved. And I believe they loved you too. I know, it's kind of like questioning yourself. If somebody loves you, why would they do that to you? Spirit, help me clarify the Hermit and the Wheel of Fortune for Taurus's person's energy. the 13th through the 17th. This person realized that when they left and went into when they went to get help, they realized that they were very insecure with themselves and they were very selfish. You know, they planned on doing the wrong thing when they were with you. They see how foolish they were, but it was all because of their insecurities and unhealed baggage they had from the past, which is usually the cause of the reasons people act the way they act. There's just levels to it, you know, like, I don't know. If somebody has a problem saying no all the time, I mean, won't say no to people, you know, but they're a genuine good person, but they just won't say no to everybody. Well, there's a reason for that. Or if you overtalk somebody during an argument or something, a lot of the reason people overtalk people is because they don't feel like they were heard as a child. So adulthood, you know, they feel like they have a little bit more, I guess I want to say authority, but I don't know. They overtalk people. They could be a genuine person. They just overtalk people, and that's their problem, you know. And this person over here is just very selfish individual and they know now they were foolish for what they did. Spirit, tell me about the Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Both in the reverse. They still have unfinished business with you. They're a little scared about coming forward here. They know that they were naive in the situation. They know they were being selfish, holding back. They weren't being the person that they were supposed to be. You could be dealing with a Leo here. They held back and they played around. And they feel they lost you because of it. Think about it, Tauruses. They knew exactly what they were doing. They want to take I'm hearing one last stand with you. To try again. Tell me about that. The Nine of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. They feel they can do this one more time. Towards this person's very needy. And they argue and fight with you when they feel like they're forced to make a decision. And then that's when the cycle starts happening all over again. So it's like, okay, they're like, hey, I did this, I've done that, I went in introspective, blah, 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 all this, all that. Okay. They could have changed to a point, right? Like they moved up a notch, right? But when it comes down to other things, they still haven't changed. This person's needy. And when they're needy and they feel like they're getting pushed up against, they want to start fighting. And then they feel like they get overwhelmed and they feel like they're forced to make a decision. And when they do that, they go back to their old ways. That's what this is about. So apparently they haven't really healed here. We have the King of Wands over here and the Queen of Wands. Y'all fought a whole lot about this. It's almost like you were trying to teach them something and they would push back against you. And then y'all would be fighting and then they would leave and then they would look back and what have I done? And they feel foolish. And then the whole cycle just, and then, hey, I know what I've lost. I know what I did. I was wrong about that. I want this with you, blah, 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 blah. And then they become needy again for some reason. This person's a charmer. With no direction. Okay. So this person charms people with no direction. They just do it. And they're like kind of going with the flow. They have no plan of action, whether it's with you or Pete down the street. This isn't just a lover issue. This is a human to human issue. Well, I know what I got to do to get what I want, but once I got it, I don't know what to do with it. Okay. Spirit, what is this person's next plan of action towards Taurus? What is this person's next plan of action towards Taurus? This person wants you to think that they got it all together. Everything's good. They're single. They're doing well financially. They just need that 10th pentacle for everything here. But they're not. They haven't invested correctly financially at all. And actually, they're broke. They're going to return, but the reason why it's taking so long is because they're looking at other options. Like when you go into a store and you know exactly what you need, okay? So you know exactly how to get there and go get it. But as you're walking down the aisle to go to where the product is, you're looking at other things because you're, hey, I might find something better. That's why it's taken this person so slowly coming back here. Spirit, what is the advice for Taurus? What is the advice for Taurus? Do not lose your sense of direction here. Do not give to this person here. This person might come in with an apology here. Do not take it. If you do, you're going to end up lost again. I thought this was going to be a good read. They're going to make you think that y'all can win together. But with the Six of Wands in the reverse, bottom of the deck is a Chariot, and it is in the reverse. Lack of discipline here. You could be dealing with a Gemini. We have Aries, Leo, Sag, Aries, Gemini, Cancer, Virgo, Scorpio. What are the good things coming in for Taurus? What are the good things coming in for Taurus? Ooh, a new beginning. Tell me more. A total transformation, new beginning, the world. A new beginning for your whole, this is a new chapter, Taurus. This is a new chapter here. Total new beginning, total transformation from what you've happened to be that from what you've had to deal with in the past. Disagreement, heartbreak, possible regret, disappointments. This chapter is over, and you know that now. And now, because it's over, you're able to listen to yourself and listen to your intuition. Anything else? The Empress. Are you gonna become a little creative? Seems like you got everything you need. You will be meeting somebody soon here who's going to help you out and relieve some of the burdens that you have going on here. And I'm going to feel like you've met your match. This is something you don't see. It could be a Cancer. Yeah, you're meeting your match here. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Wands. You will not see this coming. Like you could just be walking in the grocery store, going to get what you need. And this person just walks around the corner and y'all lock eyes. Taurus, this is what I have for you. The 13th through the 17th. I hope it helped. I hope it resonated. If it did, please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. I hope y'all have a fantastic week, and I will talk to you later. Stay blessed.